The battlefield of Sector 91 was already loud, bright, and violent. Two powerful alien factions, the Dravak Empire and the Vorn Syndicate, had been fighting for almost 1 hour. Their ships fired plasma beams, torpedoes, and burning laser storms. Space itself looked like it was on fire. Every second, a ship exploded into pieces and vanished into the black void. From a distance, this fight looked normal. The galaxy was used to their wars. The Dravak were aggressive and proud. The Vorn were clever and fast. Whenever they met, a fight was expected, but something different happened today. Something nobody in the galaxy could explain. Deep inside the battlefield, scanners on both sides suddenly detected a strange signal. It was not Dravak. It was not Vorn. It was not any known species. It was unknown. A Vorn officer named Rallick looked at his screen and froze. "Commander, there is something big," he whispered. "Very big." Commander Vela walked forward, her eyes sharp. "Is it a Dravak weapon?" "No, it is not Dravak," Rallick said. His hands shook. "And it is not any ship in our records?" On the Dravak flagship, the reaction was the same. Their warlord, General Kravax, stared at his sensors with growing anger. "What trick is this?" he growled. "What ship can hide in the middle of a battle?" His officer answered, voice shaking. "My lord, I do not think it is hiding. I think it is appearing." Both fleets watched in shock as the empty space between them began to distort. Light bent, space rippled like water touched by wind. Weapons on both sides stopped firing. Nobody wanted to shoot something they didn't understand. And then, in complete silence, a giant black ship slowly decloaked. It appeared like a shadow becoming real. Its surface had no markings, no symbols, no known engine patterns. The ship looked ancient and advanced at the same time. Smooth black armor swallowed all light around it. It was like space had taken the shape of a ship. Both fleets stopped fighting immediately. Every alien commander felt the same fear in their chest. This ship was not normal. "Scan it," Commander Vela ordered. "I'm scanning," Rallick said, "but the scans bounce off." "I cannot read anything," General Kravax shouted at his officers. "Break its shield. I want to know what it is." "We cannot," the Dravak officer replied. "Our scanners cannot penetrate it." "The armor is absorbing everything." Inside both fleets, whispers started spreading. "Ghost ship. Ancient weapon. Is it a new species?" "No, it looks human." That last whisper made every commander freeze. Humans. The galaxy knew humans were dangerous. Humans were clever, unpredictable, and always advancing fast. But humans were not seen for many years. Their worlds were silent. Their fleets gone. Their old colonies abandoned. Some scholars believed humans left the galaxy. Others believed they destroyed themselves. Some even said humans evolved into something new, but no one expected this. A human ship here in the middle of an alien war. The giant black ship did not move. It simply existed, calm and silent. And yet both fleets felt like a predator was watching them. Suddenly, the ship's dark surface glowed softly. A single blue line appeared across its hull like an eye-opening. Every alien ship aimed weapons at it instantly. But then a message came. A voice calm, clear, and unmistakably human echoed across every ship in the battlefield. "Do not fire. Nothing more." Just 2 words. But those 2 words created fear no superweapon could create. Commander Vela stared at her comm officer. "Was that human?" The officer nodded slowly. "Yes, 100% human voice." General Kravax slammed his fist on his chair. "How dare humans return during my battle? Charge the plasma cannons." But before he could give the order, all his ship screens turned black. Every Dravak weapon went offline, engines froze, shield generators shut down. And then the same thing happened to the Vorn fleet. All ships, all systems, dead, no explosions, no damage, just complete shutdown. The battlefield became silent. The unknown human ship had released a small pulse. A small, harmless-looking wave of energy, but the result was terrifying. It disabled 2 entire alien fleets like they were toys. Inside the Dravak flagship, officers panicked. "What did it do to us? Our weapons are offline. Engines not responding. We are trapped. Commander Vela spoke in a whisper. No species has this kind of technology. Not even the ancient races. Every eye returned to the giant black ship. It was still silent, still calm, still watching. And then something even more shocking happened. A massive circular structure opened behind the human ship. A glowing ring of light like a gate to another part of space, a wormhole, a doorway. Something started moving inside the gate. Dark shapes, huge silhouettes, many of them, more ships. Human ships, the aliens watched with hearts frozen. If this one ship could shut down entire fleets, what could an entire human armada do? The battle was forgotten. The war was forgotten.
The battlefield was frozen. The Dravak Empire and the Vorn Syndicate, once locked in a deathmatch, now stared at the colossal black ship that had appeared from nowhere. Weapons were cold. Engines were dead. It was as if space itself held its breath. The unknown human ship floated silently, its dark hull pulsing with faint blue light, like a giant mechanical heart. Behind it, a massive wormhole remained open, silhouetting more human ships waiting in the shadows. Every alien commander felt the same chilling thought. We are not prepared for this. Commander Vela of the Vorn was the first to speak. Try restoring our systems, she ordered. Her crew tried everything: overrides, emergency protocols, backup generators. Nothing. It's useless, her first officer stammered. Whatever the humans did, it locked every circuit. On the Dravak flagship, General Kravax roared in frustration. I want power back now. But his crew was helpless. The only thing working was communication, and only because the humans allowed it. Then the signal came. A deep hum rolled across space as the human ship's blue lights brightened. Panels on its hull opened like a steel flower. A strange ring of energy formed around the ship, spinning silently. A voice echoed through every alien vessel, a voice carrying immense power. You are in violation of the Orion Treaty. Silence. The Orion Treaty was a myth, a legend from old books about a pact humans made with ancient species long ago. Most believed it was a fairy tale. But the voice continued. Your war threatens the balance of the outer spiral. This battle was manipulated by a hidden force. Humanity has intervened. Before the aliens could process this, the human ship projected a thin beam of white light, scanning the entire battlefield. It swept across every ship, collecting data at impossible speeds. Commander Vela gasped. They're reading our full battle record. In seconds, the beam retracted. The humans now knew everything. Every secret code, every stealth frequency, every hidden transmission. The human voice spoke again, its tone final. You will cease fire immediately. You will await judgment. Judgment. The word sent a wave of panic through both fleets. But as General Kravax began to shout in defiance, he froze. The human ship was turning, its energy ring gathering power. But it wasn't aiming at the Dravak or the Vorn. It was pointing at empty space. And then space tore open. A shadow uncloaked a dark, thin ship made of shifting black matter. It had no lights, no engines, no life signs. We told you, the human voice said, cold as the void. Your battle was manipulated. The shadow ship twisted like liquid darkness and fired. A pulse of pure dark energy slammed into a Dravak cruiser. There was no explosion. The ship simply vanished, erased from existence. One shot, one cruiser gone. General Kravax stared in horror. What species has that power? The answer came from the human ship. This is the Shroud. They are the hidden enemy. As if on cue, 6 more Shroud ships decloaked across the battlefield. The alien fleets were trapped, powerless. General Kravax screamed, Humans, do something! The human ship had already moved. Its dark hull blazed with light, the rings spinning with a thunderous roar. The galaxy was finally learning the truth. The humans did not return to start a war. They returned to stop one far, far worse. Silence fell upon the battlefield. The Dravak and Vorn fleets, once locked in a deadly dance, now floated like frozen statues. Their weapons were dead, their engines cold. Between them, the shadowy ships of the Shroud moved with a predatory grace, circling their powerless prey. Every alien commander felt a crushing truth. They were helpless. And then it returned. The calm, terrifying presence of the human ship. At the center of it all, the Obsidian wing, a vessel of pure black, rotated slowly. Faint blue pulses of energy streaked across its smooth hull, reflecting the distant stars. Behind it, a massive wormhole remained open, a gateway to another realm. Inside, shapes moved, hundreds of them. Rows upon rows of unknown ships, silent, black, and enormous. The alien fleets could barely comprehend the sight. Hundreds of human ships? Impossible. Humanity hadn't been seen in decades. Their fleets had vanished, or so everyone believed. Commander Vela of the Vorn Syndicate whispered, her voice tight with fear. What are they doing? Are they here to fight, or to judge us? On the Dravak flagship, General Kravax slammed his fist on his control panel. They cannot have this many ships. It is impossible. This is a trick. The Obsidian wing, and pulsed with light. Not a weapon, but a scanning wave. Every alien ship felt it pass through their hulls, a cold hand reading their secrets, finding their weaknesses. In an instant, every command, every hidden code was laid bare to the humans. Yet there was no attack, only observation. The calm, methodical precision was more terrifying than any weapon. Without warning, a hologram flickered to life above the Obsidian wing. A human figure stood tall, her eyes carrying centuries of wisdom. Her voice silenced every fleet. I am Captain Lyra Hale, commander of the Obsidian wing. You are witnessing humanity's return to the galaxy. Her words echoed across every bridge. You have fought this war for the wrong reasons, manipulated by a hidden enemy. The Shroud is here, waiting for you to destroy yourselves. Humanity will not allow it. Kravax laughed, a harsh, humorless sound. Manipulated? By humans? Preposterous. We fight for honor. Hale's voice cut across space like steel. Your honor is meaningless when the galaxy falls. The Shroud hides in shadows, cloaks entire fleets, erases planets. They are here now, and they are not waiting. As she spoke, the human armada began to emerge from the wormhole. Sleek, black ships with blue energy veins, each the size of a city, radiating deadly power. Before the Dravak could even react to an order to attack, the Obsidian wing pulsed again. Every weapon locked up. Every engine died. Once more, humanity had disabled entire fleets without firing a single shot. Hale's voice returned, heavy with authority. Your fleets are small, your weapons primitive. You cannot fight the Shroud alone, but united with humanity, you might survive. Will you join us? Or be destroyed? The choice hung in the void. Suddenly, a Shroud ship fired at a Vorn cruiser. The shot was harmlessly absorbed by an unseen human shield. Hale's voice rang out one final time. Prepare yourselves. The real battle begins now. For the first time, the galaxy understood. Humanity was back. They were not playing. And they were not alone. The hunters had just become the hunted. The battlefield was a graveyard of silent warships. The mighty Dravak and Vorn fleets, moments ago locked in a deadly dance of fire and steel, now floated powerless. Their weapons were dead, their engines frozen. A deeper fear lingered in the void, an unseen enemy known only as the Shroud, waiting in the shadows, testing them. And then, at the heart of it all, a new player emerged. The Obsidian wing. It glided with an impossible silence. A colossal vessel, calm and immense, its hull glowing with a faint blue light that reflected the distant stars. Behind it, a shimmering wormhole revealed the impossible. Endless rows of massive, silent human ships. From the bridge of the Obsidian wing, a single figure materialized in a holographic projection above the paralyzed fleets. The image solidified into the sharp, confident form of a young human woman. She stood tall, her eyes bright with an intelligence that seemed ancient, her posture radiating absolute authority. Her voice, clear and amplified, echoed across the comms of every single alien ship in the sector. "I am Captain Lyra Hale," she announced, her words cutting through the stunned silence. "Commander of the Obsidian Wing, you are witnessing humanity's return to the galaxy." A collective shockwave rippled through the Dravak and Vorn command decks. The humans. They were supposed to be a myth, gone for decades. Some believed they were extinct. Others whispered they had evolved into beings beyond physical form. Yet here she was, as if she had been waiting for this exact moment. Hale continued, her voice steady and commanding, a teacher addressing unruly children. "You have been deceived. Your war, this conflict you so proudly call honor, was orchestrated by the Shroud. They are a species hidden in the shadows, feeding on chaos, death, and your fear. They have manipulated both your fleets into destroying each other while they plan their real conquest." On the Dravak flagship, Warlord Kravax slammed his fist on his command chair. "Lies! You humans do not command this galaxy. This war is ours." Hale's hologram didn't even flinch. Instead, her tone sharpened, becoming as cold and vast as the space between worlds. "Your arrogance blinds you. You are too slow, too predictable. Do you not see that your fleets are useless against them? You fight for pride while your worlds die. Humanity will not allow it." Aboard the Vorn command ship, Admiral Vela whispered to her officers, her voice trembling. She knows everything. Every code, every secret formation. Even our private transmissions. That is impossible. Her first officer, Ralik, protested. "No species. Humanity is not like any species you have met," Hale's voice interrupted, her eyes seeming to pierce through space and time itself. "We were observing, waiting, learning, and now it is time to act." As if on cue, the Obsidian wing pulsed gently, like a cosmic heartbeat. Small energy rings spun along its hull, their blue glow intensifying. The entire human fleet behind it moved in perfect, synchronized formation, like a single, colossal organism awakening. Every alien ship could feel it not as a threat they could measure, but as an overwhelming presence that demanded absolute respect. Hale's image raised one hand. The wormhole behind her flared, revealing hundreds more human ships, all lined in perfect battle formation. Their silhouettes were enormous, sleek, and black, with veins of energy glowing faintly along their hulls. Their presence was silent, yet their power was undeniable. "You will either cease your conflict and unite against the Shroud," Hale declared, her voice now ringing like forged steel, "or you will be destroyed along with them. Humanity will protect this galaxy, whether you like it or not." Kravax's hands shook with rage. "And if we refuse? You cannot force us." A faint, chilling smile touched Hale's lips, though her eyes remained cold. "Refusal is impossible." She raised her hand. A low, resonant hum filled the battlefield. The Obsidian wing's energy rings blazed with light. Invisible waves of power pulsed outward. And for the second time in minutes, every Dravak and Vorn weapon system locked. Engines refused to respond. Shields flickered and died. Entire fleets were paralyzed, not by firepower, but by the sheer will of the humans. The Dravak warlords stared in disbelief. They control us. How? They have evolved beyond comprehension. Vela whispered in awe. It is not power alone. It is strategy, precision, an intelligence that surpasses our own. Hale's hologram seemed to step forward, her expression unwavering. "This is not intimidation. This is a warning. The Shroud is near. They will not wait. And if you continue your petty conflicts, you will die first. Humanity has been watching." We have advanced in ways you cannot imagine. We will not allow this galaxy to be consumed by shadows while you squabble over territory. The wormhole behind the Obsidian wing pulsed once more. The silent human armada began to shift, forming a defensive posture that was simultaneously a promise of protection and a threat of annihilation. The Dravak and Vorn commanders finally realized the truth. The humans were not just superior, they were untouchable. Then came Captain Hale's final, commanding words. You have a choice. Unite with humanity, or perish under the shadow of the enemy you refuse to see. The shroud will arrive in minutes. Your time is over. Decide wisely. Silence. Absolute silence spread through the alien fleets. Not a single ship moved. Only the quiet, omnipresent hum of human energy filled the void, a reminder that the galaxy had changed forever. For the first time in an age, the galaxy understood. Humans were back. Humans were watching. And they had returned not to fight, but to judge. The Obsidian wing pulsed one final time, the wormhole behind it hinting at countless more ships waiting in the silent dark. Captain Lyra Hale's hologram slowly faded, but her words lingered, heavy as a shadow over every fleet. The real battle is coming, and we are already waiting. The galaxy held its breath. The galaxy held its breath. The Obsidian wing hovered like a dark sentinel, utterly calm and unshakable. Behind it, a massive human armada waited in perfect silence. Hundreds of ships lined up in flawless formation. The once mighty Dravak and Vorn fleets were paralyzed, still reeling from the shock of humanity's overwhelming power. But in the shadows of the void, something was moving. Not in front of the humans, not out in the open. Somewhere unseen, something deadly was watching, calculating, and waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The shroud had arrived. Their ships were unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. They were shadows given form, dark matter twisted into impossible shapes that defied geometry. No lights, no engine signatures, no hull markings. They were ghosts. The sensors on every Dravak and Vorn ship frantically scanned the emptiness, but found nothing. It was as if the shroud were a virus in the fabric of space, completely invisible until it chose to reveal itself. Aboard the Dravak command bridge, Ralik whispered, his voice shaking with fear. Scans show nothing. Not a single energy signature. We can't even locate them. On the Vorn flagship, Vila's hands gripped her console. They're real. I can feel them. And they're close. General Kravax's fury couldn't hide the raw fear in his eyes. What kind of power is this? How can a species exist like shadows? The Obsidian wing pulsed once, a deep, resonant hum that vibrated across space itself. Captain Lyra Hale's hologram appeared again, her expression calm, but her eyes deadly serious. They are the Shroud, she announced, her voice cutting through the tension. A species older than most known civilizations. They can cloak entire fleets, entire planets, even entire minds. They manipulate and feed on war, chaos, and fear. This conflict you started was nothing but a distraction for them, a hunting ground. And now they are here. Vela's voice trembled. They're controlling everything? How do we even fight something like that? Hale's image tilted slightly, a glimmer in her eyes. By uniting, by using strategy, and by acting faster than they expect. Alone, you are nothing. Together, with humanity, you might just survive. Before the alien commanders could even process this, a ripple tore through space. The first Shroud ship decloaked at the edge of the battlefield. It was massive, a living, shifting mass of pure darkness. Its form bent and twisted like liquid shadow. The ship released a pulse of darkness, a wave that seemed to consume the very light around it. A Dravak cruiser closest to the pulse simply vanished. It didn't explode. It wasn't torn apart. It was just gone, erased from existence. Kravax froze, his voice a hoarse whisper. Impossible. One ship? Destroyed? A cruiser? Hale's hologram spoke again, her tone steady and controlled, as if delivering a lesson. They are hunters. They destroy without warning. Your fleets are weak. Your weapons are outdated. If you continue fighting each other, you will all die. Another shroud ship decloaked, this time near the Vorn fleet. Its energy pulsed in a dark, silent rhythm. Vorn ships tried to fire, but their weapons fizzled out, their systems failing under the invisible influence of the shroud. They control our systems, Rallick whispered in horror. Everything. Engines, weapons. Even our shields. Hale raised a hand. The obsidian wing pulsed again. The human armada behind it shifted, their ship's energy lines glowing with a faint blue light. A new wave radiated outward. It wasn't an attack, but a shield, a protective field that neutralized the shroud's pulses, blocking their insidious manipulations. Humans can stop them? Vela whispered, astonished. Hale's eyes now shone with cold confidence. Not only can we stop them, we can fight them, but I cannot do it alone. You must join us, or you will fall. Cravex's fists shook on his console. And if we refuse? Hale's voice was colder than the void of space. Then you will vanish before the day ends. More shroud ships continued to decloak, each one more terrifying than the last, larger, faster, more unpredictable. The battlefield, once dominated by the warring alien fleets, now belonged to two powers, the humans and the shroud. Hale issued her command, calm and precise. Formation Delta. Activate Black Sun Pulse. The obsidian wings panels opened, revealing spinning rings that glowed with blinding energy. A pulse of pure light expanded outward, sweeping over the entire battlefield. The shroud ships faltered. The light wave hit them, and for the first time, they twisted and recoiled, confused, completely unprepared for human technology. Even Crevax had to whisper, barely audible. They can control the enemy. Not just defend, but dominate. Hale's hologram shifted, her tone becoming sharper, resolute. The shroud will not stop. They will come for every species, every planet, every fleet. Humanity will not allow that. We offer protection. And judgment. Will you join us, or be erased? The Dravak and Vorn commanders looked at each other across the void. Fear, awe, and a sudden stark realization filled them. Their petty war was over. Their pride meant nothing now. Humanity hadn't just returned to the galaxy, they had returned to lead, and the galaxy had no choice but to follow or perish. The shroud waited in the darkness, silent, deadly, and relentless. But for the first time, they faced an enemy they couldn't understand, an enemy that was ready. The hidden threat was revealed. The real battle had only just begun. The battlefield was silent. Smoke and debris drifted across the void where the shroud, dark and terrifying, had once swarmed. Their twisted fleets were now scattered and broken, retreating into the shadows. For the first time, alien commanders Dravak and Vorn alike looked around and realized the galaxy had changed forever. At the center of it all floated the Obsidian wing, calm and powerful. Its black hull gleamed faintly under the distant stars. Behind it, the human armada remained in perfect formation, a fleet of hundreds of sleek, deadly ships, moving as one living organism. A hologram of Captain Lyra Hale materialized, her voice echoing through the combined fleets. The Shroud are defeated for now, but this is only the beginning. They will return if left unchecked. Humanity will not allow this galaxy to fall into shadow. General Kravax, a warrior who had once screamed for war against all, now stared in awe. Humans, they are. Unstoppable. Vela, another commander, whispered, "They saved us, all of us. But why show such mercy?" Hale's eyes were steady. "We do not fight for conquest. We fight to protect, to preserve the balance. To remind the galaxy that humans, though often underestimated, are never to be ignored." The alien fleets watched in a mixture of fear, respect, and disbelief. They had just witnessed entire fleets, entire weapon systems, manipulated not by brute force, but by strategy, intelligence, and precision. Humans had reshaped the very rules of war. Then Hale gave the order. Titan Protocol. Activate. The Obsidian wing transformed. Panels slid open, and rings of pure energy spun to life, glowing brighter than a star. A massive pulse of energy expanded outward, a silent wave sweeping across the battlefield. The remaining shroud ships, scattered and weakened, were caught in its path. Their dark forms twisted, collapsed, and were simply erased. No explosions, no screams, just silence. The shroud was gone. The alien fleets floated in stunned disbelief. Every Dravak, every Vorn commander, now understood the truth. Humans were not just another species. They were legends made real. Hale addressed them one last time. The galaxy is vast. Conflicts will rise, but humanity will remain vigilant. We return only when necessary. If another war begins, if another shadow rises, you will know we are watching. And we will return. With that, the Obsidian wing turned toward a shimmering wormhole. The massive human armada followed. In moments, they vanished into the void, leaving behind stunned alien fleets and an empty, forever changed battlefield. Kravax could barely speak. They just left? After saving us? Vela shook her head, awe in her eyes. Yes, and they will return only when it matters most. Throughout the fleets, whispers broke the silence. Humans. What have they become? Legends, alive, a force. Beyond imagination, in the distance, the wormhole vanished. The galaxy slowly returned to a fragile peace. But one thought lingered in every mind. The humans are watching. The humans are waiting. The humans are ready. And that knowledge alone reshaped every strategy, every alliance, and every fear in the galaxy. Captain Lyra Hale and humanity had returned, and the galaxy would never, ever forget it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more tales from across the cosmos.